So we're doing this task 2 activity 5, and we were asked to draw a graph. So I started you off by saying, you could just use a bar graph. You could have used a different type of graph if you want. You could have done a kind of side-on bar graph if you wanted to. It was your choice. But I think easiest doing this with your spending areas at the bottom and your proportion up the left-hand side. So you'll see in a second, this is what mine looked like. Okay, so I've drawn as neatly as I could. Obviously, some of them are like 19.9%, just slightly under the line for 20. Just tried to make it as accurate as I could. Just do the same. I've done mine in different colours. It doesn't need to be in different colours though. So you've got proportion up left hand side, spending area down the bottom, and I've drawn a kind of histogram where you can see that the most spent things are welfare, health, the state pensions, education. The other topic is one of them, and then you've got all the kind of lower spending ones there. Okay, so your graph should hopefully look similar to that. Make sure you have your title. So you have a title of the graph, which is what is tax spent on. You've got titles on both your axes, so spending area down the bottom and proportion of government spending for the year. Yeah, no problem there, that's fine, no worries. So what you were asked to then do is to select one of the spending areas to explore more detail and use the internet to discover. Now, I tried to look for education and actually found it quite difficult to find specific examples. There was quite a lot of specific numbers for the part B, but what I did is took this defence solution. So this was just an example. You might have chosen one of the other ones, but if you wanted to look at defence, here are the things that includes. So it's cost of wages, obviously the wages for people that work in defence, so Army, Navy, RAF, civilian, etc. There's the cost of equipment and maintenance, so obviously all of the aircraft, ships, tanks, weapons, etc. So there's all of that to pay for. The cost of the property and infrastructure, both UK and worldwide. So the UK are involved in obviously military kind of operations throughout the world, and UK Army does get deployed to help deal with situations around the world, and that those sort of things all obviously incur a cost, and the cost of live operations. So that was what the defence spending includes. So you may want to copy that down. Just if you didn't get an example, you can copy these ones just now. And then example B was how much has spending increased or decreased. So this was again the example that was given here. So it said that for the 20-year period between 1994 95 to 2014-15, government spending on defence fell by £0.4 billion, so that's £400 million, in proportion to overall. It fell in proportion to overall government spending, so it fell from 8.2% to 5.4%. So it used to be a higher percentage of, percentage of the budget spent on defence, and interestingly, late 90s, that was kind of when the war in Iraq started. So more money. War costs a lot of money. We aren't in a specific war at the moment, thankfully, so therefore less amount of money needs to be spent in that area. So basically just to give you an idea of the different things that your money is spent on, and how it's divvied up. Okay, what we've got to do now, or next I should say, is the end of task kind of quiz assessment. Now this task has all been about tax. So some of the questions are on some income tax calculations, some on national insurance, tax returns, the tax forms, and some of these tax contributions in government spending. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this the next time we're in. So we're going to do the end of quiz assessment the next time we're in. I think go over the solutions after that.